Hey everyone, we're here at a bike track. My daughter has just learned to ride a bike on her own without training wheels. I thought it was a good time to do a test that I've been wanting to do for a while. I just did a video about the DJI Tello the other day, and today I want to compare it to the Mavic Air. Just almost to prove to myself that the advice that I gave is correct. So today we are going to fly the two drones and compare the two photo qualities. Obviously, spoiler alert, the Mavic Air is going to be far better in quality, but I want to know, if you're in a pinch, is the DJI good enough to pass for Instagram photos, Facebook photos, etc.? Even, you know, the odd, like if you're at a, I know I might get some flack for this, but if you're at a wedding and you want to take a photo and you've run out of all your batteries and something particularly cool happens and you want to get an aerial shot, can the Tello kind of pass as a backup photography drone? Okay, so now that it comes down to it, it's actually a really simple video I'm going to do. Alright, so what I did, just to make it a fair comparison, I exported the raw file from the DJI Mavic Air, exported it as a JPEG file. Okay, so we can't be too scientific about this, but one of the things that I need to point out is this photo, the photo from the Tello, is sent via Wi-Fi to your phone. So if there's any interference, you can get a little bit of interference on the picture, but it's a pretty good Wi-Fi signal. So there, as you zoom in, you can see it breaks up quite a lot in comparison to the the DJI Mavic Air, which is pretty exceptional on the JPEG level, almost as good as my big camera. So yeah, so there immediately you see the difference there, a little bit underexposed. I did notice that the auto feature on the Tello is pretty exceptional, and when I flew into the horizon, it kind of figured out a way to make the exposed sky and the underexposed like trees and that come out pretty well. So that's, like, you know, for a tiny pinhole camera, it's pretty exceptional. I'm gonna blow out the, well, actually let's go the whole hog. Let's do a edit there. So what we're gonna do is underexpose it slightly, add a bit of contrast, reduce the highlights slightly, can add a bit of saturation, do the clarity, a little bit of dehaze. So there, we've done the sky a bit. I'm going to have to increase that now, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an overall edit. I should have done that first. So if you look here and you look at my daughter, the image, I mean, it's not as good as like my Fujifilm camera or whatever, but it's not destroying. You see what I mean? It's looking pretty good. And then let's look at the detail in the grass. Let's go zoom out a bit and be a bit more realistic. It's keeping as much detail. It's a pretty good JPEG. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's add a bit of contrast there. Increase the shadows. And then let's go back here. Let's do this. And keep that sky. So there's that. And then obviously this is just going to be way better. Whoops. Whoa. That is pretty good. So clearly a lot better. But just to show the Tello image, I could edit it. If I bring that down to a reasonable size, let's save these. Open photos. If I reduce the size there, like if you're going to see that on Instagram or Facebook, I mean, obviously that one's good. And then if I look at this one, really nice. I could probably go in and do a little bit more to that image. I think it could do with a bit more contrast. I think the clarity effect will do what I'm looking for. There we go. And maybe let's add some sharpness there. So it's starting to break up. So there it is. You saw as the more I edited, the worse it got for the Tello image. The DJI image has got a lot more structure to, more information to play with. You'll see that sky stayed in place, like I've got a lot of detail in the clouds there. Here again, I mean in this one, I've kept the detail and my daughter isn't breaking up too much, but as soon as I try to add all those other effects, see I've got nice contrast and everything, but my subject is starting to turn into mush. But the sky is still looking great. So I think if you get the right exposure, the right angle, the right lighting, you can do all right. And then also for landscapes, I think it's going to work quite well. And for Instagram and Facebook, it's pretty cool. So, you know, if you, I think as a little backup drone to keep in your bag just in case, the Tello is brilliant. This video is going to be crappy. Switching to the Mavic Air. Thanks so much for watching my video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Let me know what you thought. My